Hello, furniture painting friends. This is Shannon with Black Sheep House. In today's video, I'm going to show you something that I think is pretty revolutionary in the DIY world. I figured out how to make my own one-step paint. Yes, my very own recipe for one-step paint. As far as I know, there is no information like this on the internet at this time in October of 2021. I'm sure many will start making this and sharing this as their own content as time goes on, just like chalk paint or whatever when it started. But yeah, this is a DIY recipe for your very own one-step paint. And it's pretty life-changing. I know I'm like talking about paint, but it changed the game for me in my furniture refinishing business. And I think it'll be a big deal to a lot of you guys who watch it. All right, so let's get started. I have a 1-quart container. I find these at Walmart, or Kroger has them as well in my area. I have a couple of strainers that I found at Walmart too. The great thing about this quart container from Ball is they're less than $1 when you buy like a 12-pack of them. And then I'm going to strain my paint because it's kind of old. I'm just using some Behr Premium Plus interior satin enamel. You could use a variety of different paints, and I love to buy paints in the Oops category at Home Depot. I never walk by that area without looking and seeing if there's any goodies in there. So you just want to make sure and use house paint, indoor quality. Okay, ingredient number 1 for the secret sauce is primer. Now I'm using what I think is the easiest to find primer because I wanted to make this video very accessible to everyone, but you could use any primer. I find, even if I don't tint my primer, that it matches pretty well. The color doesn't change much. You would think it changes a lot, but it actually doesn't change much when you do this recipe. And I don't mind lighter colors. I don't typically do a ton of custom work. I do a lot of like flips on my own and just sell them on Facebook Marketplace. And so, I can just use whatever color I want. I also like to sell my stuff on the Nextdoor app and in some of my local like garage sale groups on Facebook as well. But Facebook Marketplace tends to be the easiest place to sell items and the fastest place to reach lots of people. Another thing you can do is have those small little jars from Ball and fill those up with touch-up paint for your customers, which makes people happy. All right, here is secret ingredient number 2, and it's clear coat. I'm using Varathane water-based clear coat, but you could use any water-based clear coat you want, and any sheen works in this recipe too. I've tried them all. So we're going to give that a good stir, and then we're going to add, again, equal parts of the clear coat to our recipe. So far, everything, the paint, the primer, and the clear coat are all equal parts. And I'm going to make another batch of this in this video too, so you can just keep watching and you'll see it all again. I'm going to do a dark color. And then also in this video, I'm doing my paint cabinet makeover, so don't click out. All right, so I am measuring it for the sake of this video, but I don't usually measure it. I just pour it into the jars and eyeball it. It is not the kind of recipe that has to be super exact, but you basically want about equal parts of all the ingredients, and usually just a little bit more paint. This looks like a little mochaccino or something. It's kind of making me want to go to McDonald's and get a nice coffee. I deserve it. I've been working hard. No, I try to stay away from caffeine, guys. I'm a spaz. All right, so that recipe is great as is. You don't need anything else. But if you want, you can add some calcium carbonate. I had some on hand. You can't find this locally, which is why I didn't really include it in the formal recipe of the one-step paint. You do have to order this online. Unless maybe you have like a pool store nearby, I think you can get it there. But it's basically chalk powder. I also want to try and just dissolve like a stick of chalk in water and see what happens with that, because you can find chalk at the dollar store. Comment below if you guys have found a chalk powder locally, or if you've used actual chalk, like chalkboard chalk, to make your chalk paint recipes, because I know you guys have some tricks up your sleeve and somebody in the comments will know. I swear, sometimes I wonder, especially some of the people in the comments, they know so much about paint, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, here am I. What am I doing making a YouTube channel and sharing all this stuff when there are clearly people who know what they're doing? So when you watch my videos, always read the comments because you will learn so much from all the very intelligent people who are smart enough not to start a YouTube channel. And they'll comment some things that have worked for them and stuff. And so you'll learn a lot in the comments. Trust me. Just definitely scroll through those. So I'm going to dissolve this in the water first before adding it to my paint. And it is very creamy. Kind of looks like what's that stuff that you buy at the store? Not whipped cream, but you know, the liquid version. And there we go. We have our one-step paint. You guys, is this life-changing for you? Because it is for me. I'm really, really impressed with this recipe. I don't mean to pat myself on the back, but I'm pretty darn proud of it. Speaking of saving money, these little paintbrushes are from Walmart, and they are synthetic, and it's $3 for a pack of 3. They come in like a small, medium, and large in the pack, and they are fantastic. You can use them. They're way better than chip brushes, and you can use them on so many different projects. And if you're like me and forget to wash your paintbrush all the time, you can just toss them when they get crusty. It's so funny too because Zebra paintbrushes will mail me free paintbrushes if I like advertise them, but I feel bad using their paintbrushes and treating them so poorly. But I really do love Zebra paintbrushes as well, if you want like a nice solid brush. And if you look in the back, there's that table there I've been working on. I'm filming that video as well. I'm going to be posting it soon. It's a navy table, and if you struggle with dark colors being streaky, you're going to want to watch that video because there are no streaks on that table. None. And it's a super smooth finish without a sprayer, which I'm a big advocate for on this channel. All right, I wanted to do a little painting, and I'll do a scratch test on this in this video as well. The scratch test happens only after a day, so it's pretty darn impressive. I told you guys I was going to make another batch of this. I ended up making so many batches of this to do my paint cabinet makeover, but it only took like an afternoon to do the whole make over my paint cabinet and clean up all my paints, which I'm pretty impressed by. Look at that, $9 for a gallon of awesome navy blue paint. Are you kidding me? $9? I'm all for it. So I'm not used to stirring gallons. It's a workout. All right, so I'm going to show you guys what happens with a darker color. Like I said, you can get your primer tinted, and you could certainly do that and it won't change, and that way your color will stay nice and dark. But I didn't mind that this color got lightened up a little bit when I add the primer in. So starting with the paint, and again, this is an older paint. I bought it in the Oops category, but I bought it like a long time ago. I always just stroll by the Oops paint and see if they have anything. And even if I'm not working on a project that color, if I like the color or it's kind of trendy, I will snag it. And I do not discriminate when it comes to brands. Although you don't want to buy outdoor paint because the VOCs on the outdoor paint are really just not appropriate for indoor use. So stay away from that. All right, so I tried to keep this recipe super simple. You have 1 part paint, 1 part primer, 1 part clear coat, and ta-da, you have 1-step paint. 1, 1, 1, 1. And then if you want bonus points, you could add in the chalk powder that I do in this recipe. So yeah, pretty cool. I found my bag of calcium carbonate. It's a 5-pound bag on Amazon, and it was about $15. And so to me, that is very affordable and very doable to add to my recipe, especially for the added adhesion it can give. If I'm just feeling like, doing a very small scuff, sand, and clean kind of situation, it can really help adhere to those slick surfaces.
Told me about the hidden place, something in the atmosphere. You're always here, you always here. Time to laugh and time to heal. My favorite song is on repeat, drinking wine until the dawn, knowing soon we'll be back.
If you're still around and want to see that scratch test, here it is. Like I said, this is only after 1 day. My nails are strong and hard, and all it does is kind of make the surface dull. It didn't actually scratch away the paint, which is very impressive. I'm so glad that you guys stick around and watch this channel, support this channel. It means a whole lot. I appreciate each and every one of you. Thanks for tagging along on this journey, and I hope that that one-step paint does it for you. Bye.